Okay, finally, I really need to switch streaming platform from Streamlabs. They released an update a few weeks ago and it's just been such a mess since then. Like, now I have to try like 3-4 times every time to start the stream. Once it starts, it's usually fine, but it's just to get it started, like, it's really weird. No error message, no nothing. It just looks like I'm streaming, except that YouTube isn't receiving any stream. Anyway, I'm with you now, and that's good. It's a nice afternoon, as you can see. Sun is about to set, and we are about to set off on a kind of longish walk, starting here in Ikebukuro. We're on the west side, and I plan to walk all the way to Shinjuku, and by the time I get there it will probably be nice and dark so that we can get a look at some of the Christmas decorations there. So yeah, I think this will be a good one. It is pretty chilly though, and you can see my bare hands already getting a bit cold. Fortunately I have my gloves in the pocket, but I thought let's do the weather update before I put the gloves on, because once I do it gets a bit tricky to navigate the phone, even though I think my gloves should be like smartphone compatible. I'm not sure if other Streamlabs users have the same problem, and this probably only applies to the mobile version of Streamlabs anyway. I think most Streamlabs users use it on desktop, and I'm sure that's where they put all their energy. So, weather report. (7 degrees), feels like 6. Bit windy. Bit windy, light it says, but it feels more. So, and Ikebukuro is one of these. Oh, this is a nice image. See the tiny little moon up there? So let me show you on a map the route that I'm planning to kind of take. As always, I'll wander around quite freely, but at least there's like some sort of major plan to this walk today. Just a moment. No, I'm not planning to walk to Suehirocho station, Google. You got that wrong for sure. That would be too far. Not that cold if I'm Scandinavian, yeah, but remember that I've lived most of my adult life here in Japan. So my temperature standards has been calibrated to Japan. My secondary phone is just so slow right now. Let's see, Shinjuku, ganbatte kudasai. Let's see if something pops up here. Yes, it did. Kinda, except that I forgot to put Shinjuku station. Oh well. Why is it this slow? This is weird. So the technology gods are not with me today, that's for sure. But anyway, maybe you can see a little bit here. So we are in Ikebukuro, walking basically south towards all the way to Shinjuku, basically following the Yamanote line train tracks pretty much, but with some detours. Got comfy shoes, usual ones, my usual trusty sneakers. They seldom give me any problems, so I think they should be able to handle this. And actually, I think if I head over here, if I remember correctly, we get a little bit of a nice view from the train platform here. And yes, finally Ikebukuro. People keep requesting it again and again, and it's an area which is pretty far from where I live, so it's not really somewhere I go very often, but I thought, why not? Let's do it today. The weather's nice. I think if I go up here, I will get to the train tracks, if I remember correctly. Yeah, Ikebukuro, it's not a bad place. It's just that I rarely have any business over here, and it's a little bit too far from my home neighborhood. Very good job. Yes, it was this place that I thought it would be. Perfect. One expression which is quite common here in Japan during Christmas type is Happy Merry Christmas, which I think is quite funny. So here we can see a bit of train tracks. Oh, I think this building over there, that's a new one. It wasn't here last time I came to this place. Putting on my gloves again. Let's Happy Explorer walk. Yes, let's. Maybe from here we can see, finally gloves, nice. I'm actually quite well dressed today, Tim. I thought since I'm going on a long walk I don't want to freeze, so let's wear warmer clothes. So I think we can see Shinjuku, yeah, a little bit. I think those high rises over there should be, yeah, that's Shinjuku, right? Yeah. Do you know Nagoya? No, never been. It's weird. I've been to most places in Japan, but not Nagoya, even though it's like one of the top 5 biggest cities. Only 5k away. Yeah, 5k. So let's walk. So it will be a mix of residential neighborhoods and a bit of business areas and whatnot. I've done this walk a couple of times before actually, and I kind of like it because of the variety, but I've never did it live, so that should be fun. And I've had beer. No, I didn't have beer, sorry, I've had lunch, so I could potentially have a beer or some other alcoholic beverage somewhere during this walk as well. Let's see. Will you be going past Mejiro Station? Yes, I will. Mejiro Station is one of the... We will pass Mejiro Station, we will pass Takadanobaba Station, we will pass Shinokubo Station. So let's not go down, let's see this pedestrian bridge, if it gives us any view. And another concern of mine is now that it's getting colder, I'm not sure how that will affect the battery runtime. My phone usually has a pretty good stamina, and it's like almost fully charged right now, but since it's getting colder, that could mean that battery can run out sooner than usually. Yamanote Line! Are you Japanese? No, I am not Japanese. I am Swedish. Cold is better than heat for battery life. Maybe, but too cold is not good. Good walk through this residential area. Walking in a pretty quick pace today to stay warm, and also since it's quite a long long walk. As I think that's an ironic question from you now, isn't it? What's the job? Always the same questions. I'm a photographer. YouTube is just a hobby. I really need to write that FAQ. $250 viewers? Oh, that is not me. Another S. Really? Wow. Where are you? I am leaving leaving Ikebukuro. That's Ikebukuro over there. Heading south along the Yamanote Line train tracks. Nah, it's right. It's not that cold. Maybe it won't have a big effect on battery life unless you hit like minus degrees. Must be so noisy to live here. It's like Yamanote Line trains here. They pass like, I think at peak hours they pass every 2 or 3 minutes in each direction. So that's like one train on average, what, every minute or 90 seconds. This has an evil twin. Yeah, they should have some sort of soundproofing, but not sure if they can make it entirely soundproof. We live like probably on 200 meters at least from the train tracks, but I still get annoyed by the sound every now and then, especially like in the early morning when the train starts running again after everything being so quiet. I want to visit Tokyo once in my life. Yeah, I hope you can. It's definitely a place worth visiting. What's the time in your current location? It's 10 minutes past 4 in the afternoon over here. You're only 18, then you have plenty of time. I envy you. Percentage of unmasked people you see on your walks? Maybe 2-3%, I would guess. It really depends on the location. When you're like in local neighborhoods and people are just maybe out like walking their dogs or something like that, then sometimes people don't wear masks because they it's easy to keep distance instead. But basically when you're on the train, it's very close to 100% of mask. I miss Tokyo so much and I can't visit anytime soon because of COVID. I think that's the second S, not the long time follower S. Ohayo. Ohayo? Yeah. Konbanwa. Does Japan have the vaccine yet? No. No vaccine has been approved in Japan yet. And it will most likely be quite late in Japan because Japan tends to be very careful when it comes to approving vaccines. Oh, you can speak Japanese. Yes, I've been living here most of my adult life, so I can speak Japanese. On the train tracks on your left side, Ikebukuro line? No. This is the JR. This is the Yamanote line passing right now. Ikebukuro line starts in Ikebukuro and goes northwest from there. So I'm walking in the complete opposite direction. Do you think Tokyo will get a dusting of snow this year? Possible. It's actually snowing. It's like record snow in many parts of Japan right now. But it's all along the Japan coast side. We'll see if there will be any snow in Tokyo as well. It snows here. It's not uncommon to have snow in Tokyo, but it's usually just snows for a day and then melts away again. But sometimes the entire city gets covered in snow. We'll see. Oh, you walk this street every day for 6 months in the 1980s. Nice, must be nostalgic. Has it changed much? Oh, over there you see a yellow line, maybe, in the far distance. That's the... I'm not sure if that's the Seibu Ikebukuro line, or it's... Maybe it's the Seibu Shinjuku line, kana? I don't know. I never used those Seibu lines, so I'm not so familiar with them. Are you living with your friend or did you get married? I'm married. I have a little daughter as well. I'm living here with my family. And yes, my wife is Japanese. I'm sure that question's gonna come sooner or later. So now we are at Mejiro Station. That's not far. Mejiro, I think, is maybe most famous for this university, Gakushain. I think it qualifies as a university. It's where many of the family members of the imperial family has been studying. Lots of kids here. Yeah, I do need FAQ in the intro section. I need. Yeah. Well, I have a few plans for my channel that I will probably announce shortly. Now that I have a little bit of downtime with my other work. And as always, those of you who are with me on Patreon will be the first one to know. Will you stream on my... Yeah, exactly. Always same questions. But yeah, that's the thing. Even if I write the FAQ, no one's gonna read it, so... But at least I can give people a pointer. Hey there, saxophone man. Looking good. I do need... Yeah, a bot would be great. Is that possible? Is it possible to have a bot on YouTube? Or maybe, yeah, a bot would probably be the best option, if it's technically possible. In live stream chat is possible. Okay, awesome. I should do that. Does Japan have a crazy PS5 shortage like the rest of the world? I'm not sure. I haven't checked. When can we expect some street food tour? Never. At least it's nothing I'm planning to do. Tour of the village side of Japan. I stream from lots of parts of Japan all the time, not just Tokyo. If you look in the archive, you can see that in the last 2 weeks I've streamed from 2 different smaller cities as well. Yeah, Switch has been sold out in Japan. It's true. A friend of mine even asked to buy mine in the beginning of the pandemic. Should have sold it. I never use mine anyway. I rarely use my Switch. It's a nice little console though, but when I play games, I do it on my little GPD Win Max, which is just more fun to me. Switch is so essential. I don't know. I mean, there are a few good games, but there's more good games on the PC, and I don't have much time to play games anyway. No need to have so many consoles. That's just gathering dust and loses their value. lying around. Aloha, Miss Diamond Head. Ooh, look at this thing. Looks pretty interesting. What's your to-go-to konbini food? Nikuman or onigiri. Nikuman in the cold months and onigiri when it's not cold. What's your most recent game purchase for the Switch? That was Sonic Mania Plus. My most recent Switch purchase was Panzer Dragon or Panzer Dragoon. I only tried it once very briefly and I haven't really had time to play since then. But yeah, that was probably the last game I bought for my Switch. I only have one physical copy of a game, and that's Mario Kart that I got at the same time as I got the Switch. Then I borrowed Zelda and Super Mario from a friend. I still have them. I've kept those games for like a year now. I'm sure he wants them back. But yeah, the only games I bought for the Switch are some like online ones. So Panzer Dragoon, Virtua Racing, Sayonara Wild Hearts, which is a really good Swedish made rhythm game that I really like. Great design and great music as well. Yeah, I can't really remember what other games I have. Is PUBG available in Japan? Yes, it's available here. Still waiting for Patreon only DDR. Well, I think last time I played DDR was in February, just when the pandemic started to become like a thing on the news. And then when it kind of took off here in Japan, I stopped going to game centers. I miss it though. Really miss playing DDR. Such a fun game. Okay. Here we have some old, probably quite cheap rental apartments. I guess rental apartments. It looked like one of these public housing kind of places. Well, I don't mean to keep that game forever. I plan to return it to him. It's just because of the pandemic, I don't meet people as often as I used to. So now I'm somewhere between Mejiro and Takada no Baba. Takada no Baba. I love that name, Takada no Baba. This place near Meguro? No, not near Meguro. Public housing in Japan would be like condos in the US. Public housing in Japan is not bad actually, and it's not even like, I mean, it's not considered like high status housing, but it's also not really, it's not really considered like, it's not like it's only for the poor or anything like that. It's actually good, you know, mid-income level houses, and they're pretty difficult to get. So because rents are relatively cheap, and they also don't have any of these expensive fees that you have to pay when you're renting like from a private landlord here in Japan. So they're a pretty good deal. Cone left side. Cones. Yeah. Some cones on the right side as well. I think we are pretty close to Takadano-baba. And if I go down this way, I will end up in Nakano actually. But it's a bit far. It would be a nice walk though. Might do that some other time. Big old danchi. Yeah, definitely big old danchi. These public housing complexes are called danchi in Japanese. Seibu Shinjuku Sen. そうですね。あそこの黄色い電車ですね。You still meet for yakitori and nama? Not right now, no. Look at this! Look at this! Cones in a car! Cones in a car! Amazing. And also a bit of reflection reveal. Oh, did the connection die? Are we back? Cone car, yes. And a little bit sad cone. Oh, for a second it died. Maybe radio shadow. Do they have Christmas trees in Japan? Yes, they do. It's not like a big thing that everybody have in their house. Most people probably don't have a Christmas tree at home. But you often see them in the shopping malls or, you know, as part of the Christmas decoration. Book off. I wonder if there's a hard off around here as well. Ah, super chat moratta. Thank you. I got a super chat. あ、毎度お疲れです。ありがとうございます。どうもでした。Cute little river here. Oh, here we have the Seibu Shinjuku line. Not even small tabletop Christmas trees. Oh no, I don't really think those are a thing either for most people, no. Christmas is just not really something that most people care about here. It's mostly about just kind of romantic day to spend with your partner, especially for younger people. But older Japanese usually don't really care much about Christmas. Interesting. I wonder if this is a church? Or maybe it's just one of these like wedding chapel kind of places. I don't know. Probably. Thank you, Dave. Thank you for the super chat. Appreciate it. Finally caught you live, lucky. Thank you. Good to see that you're here. colors are so nice. Okay, we reached Takadanobaba station. Takadanobaba. So, should I take... No, let's take this way. Christmas is for KFC, yeah. Unfortunately, that's what it became here. Oh, thank you, Jenny. Thank you. Hot sake o'clock. Yeah, let's definitely try to get a drink at some point during this stream. Maybe hot sake might be tricky. Worst case, I'll just do a beer. Especially when I reach Shinjuku. I'm walking pretty fast, so I think I'll be quite warm. It's pretty nice. It's a kind of university student area. I don't really come here very often, but oh, here we have another one of those yellow trains. Baba means horse riding ground, yes, or literally horse place. But yeah, horse riding ground, I guess, would be an appropriate translation. Morning from Germany. Oh, here we have the fancy cones, the fancy flashing ones. Hello from Malaysia. Wow, viewers from all over the world. As always, my view count isn't working over here, so I don't know how many people are watching right now. You caught any earthquakes on the stream? No, I have not. 365, huh? Nice. 370. Not bad, not bad. Can you stream in 4K? No. The mobile phone network is not reliable enough for that yet. Hopefully in the future sometime. New Yorkers Cafe. Hello from Suginami. Oh, nice. Whereabouts in Suginami? I used to live there. Long time ago. Near Asagaya. Gaijin Central, yeah, it kind of is. Never go there. I went like once when I was new to Japan and I really felt that not my kind of place. Never went again. Lake office? Oh yeah? Did I pat something that said Leica? Getting closer to Shinjuku, or actually getting closer to Shinokubo, Korean town. Oh, glass window said Leica. I didn't notice that. Another old apartment building. Yes, getting close to Shinokubo. Maybe I can get some, I don't know, hot makgeolli. Do people drink makgeolli hot? Feels like it could work as a warm beverage. Yes, Pim, I totally understand. Local izakayas are usually way more fun than those kind of boring chains like Hub. Nice contrast here between old and new. Old Danshi, new high-rise. Getting darker. I think it will probably be dark by the time we get to Shinjuku. We're not too far away though. Just 1.5 more stops. So lots of cheap apartments over here too. Or I don't know how cheap they are now, because the location is very attractive.あ、そっか、同じ場所に行ったんだ。いいね。ありがとうございます。Pretty quiet around here too, but it feels very residential. Like, I mean, look at these buildings. You have this, and then hundreds and hundreds of apartments over there too. Lots of people live here. Yeah, nice moon as well. The newly built apartments around here must be expensive. I'm not sure about the older ones. How are you holding up in the cold? Oh, I'm okay actually. I'm not so cold now. I was much colder yesterday. Now I have my gloves and yeah, I've been walking pretty fast, so I'm actually quite warm. How long does it take to get to the Shinjuku main street from here? I would guess 15-20 minutes maybe. If I just keep on walking straight without any detours. Yeah, it gets dark pretty early this time of the year. By 5 it's already dark. A bit of greenery in Tokyo, but not so bad for a big city, but it's still not really green enough if you ask me. See, the trains are pretty frequent. Oh, hello Laura. Better late than never. Thanks for stopping by. The name of this place, I don't know. We are pretty close to Shinokubo now. So I don't know if the address around here would be Shinokubo or Takadanobaba. Here it says Shinjuku 2 or something. Now 歌舞伎町どうなってるかな。そうですね。まあそろそろ歌舞伎町も通ります。So we will also pass through Kabukicho soon, which is the infamous red light district of Tokyo. Sunrise this time of the year is what, 6, 7 maybe. モード学園も見えてきた。そうですね。ここまっすぐモード学園ちゃんと見えますね。ちょっとエロい建物。That was probably Uber Eats. We see them all the time now. They must have been like booming since the pandemic started. We didn't see them often at all before that, but now they're all the time. Will you bring us to the Tokyo Metropolitan building side or the other side? What do you prefer? I'm open to your suggestions. I don't really have much of a plan once I get to Shinjuku, other than that I will check out the Christmas decorations near Shinjuku Station. Thank you, S. Yeah, in the winter the days are pretty short here in Japan. But at least they're longer than back home in Sweden. If Shibuya Walks gets more views, usually, yeah, central and well-known parts of Tokyo tend to be more popular than other parts. But then again, I mean, my most viewed video is from Enoshima, which is, you know, outside of Tokyo. So it's really difficult to say, but in general, yes, central Tokyo tend to be quite popular. Where are you from? I'm from Sweden. You have a Cairo in your jacket? No Cairo today. But I'm okay. I'm wearing pretty warm clothes today, so. How long do you live in Japan? I lived in Japan for about 13 years now. You are one patient man. Oh yeah? What do you mean? Constantly answering the same questions over and over? Well, I mean, in a way, I think I should be happy that there are always more and more new people finding this channel. I mean, I can't really expect that everybody watch all the old videos, so. Shinokubo, そうですね。ここは新大久保です。The living costs in Sweden are similar to Germany. I lived in Germany as well, actually, and I found living costs in Germany to be quite a bit cheaper than in Sweden. In Japan, most things are cheaper, but things like housing is more expensive, and also if you live here in Tokyo, you would spend a lot on public transportation. So yeah, but things like eating out is certainly cheaper than Sweden, but maybe not cheaper than Germany, I'm not sure. So now we're in Shinokubo. Lots of people here, lots of young kids. No one seems to care about Corona. I will try to avoid the crowds here, so I won't walk the main streets. It's too crowded. So I'll just head down here. Yeah, too many people. Thank you, Fuji. I appreciate that you appreciate my channel and the work I put into it. What's for dinner tonight? Tonight I will cook. I will do just some very simple stir fry with tofu and bean sprouts and pork. Nothing fancy at all, just very quick and simple. Okay, let me see you. Oh, yeah. But everyone wearing masks. Why is COVID still spreading in Japan? Yeah, maybe because masks are not the 100% solution to the problem. Now we're reaching a bit shady area. Love hotel over here. So, if I remember correctly, there's some pretty nice streets down here. Oh, Irvin, thank you. Thank you, always. My generous super supporter. Let's go down here. Now we're really getting close to Shinjuku. Very nice sky right now. Did you ever play Yakuza games? A little bit. Not so much. I never really put any serious time into it, but I have a few on my computer actually. And I think I also have some old PS2 version lying around somewhere in a basement in Sweden. You went up the Tokyo Metropolitan Building right now. Imagine the views you could get. Yeah, it would be perfect right now actually. It would be very nice to go up there, but then I'm sure the connection would drop. When you crave for some good Swedish food, you go to IKEA, or IKEA as we say, or any Swedish restaurant. I never really crave Swedish food, to be honest. So that's a non-issue for me, but I mean, I go to IKEA every now and then to buy things like frozen cinnamon buns. Oh, let's cross before it turns red. Oi, 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 oi. There. Shinokubo 公園付近通ってもらえませんか。それ新大久保公園ちょっと場所わからない。すみません、今回は多分行けないと思います。Down here. Now we're getting to Ikebukuro. Yeah, you can see the Pepe Mall building. Right. It's an interesting building. So の道で OK です。ありがとうございます。よかったです。でも多分この辺はちょっと怪しいお店とかが多いからちょっと気をつけないと。It's so funny in the middle of this shady area you have this very old vegetable shop. Cute. Beer 100 yen, it says. That is cheap. We should make nikujaga. Yeah, I should. That's pretty good actually. And nikujaga is kind of like Swedish food. Even though it's flavored with Japanese flavors, but the ingredients like potatoes and pork, that's very kind of basic Swedish stuff. Even the Yakuza need to buy the vegetables somewhere, right? This relatively new hotel here, and then I guess what they're building here, quite likely another hotel. I wonder if they will ever hit like peak hotels, or like build so many hotels that they won't be able to make a profit anymore. Well, right now most hotels are probably struggling, but I mean even after the pandemic, if there's too many hotels, maybe there's not enough demand. Let's head down here. So brave walking these streets every day. Well, walking in Tokyo is extremely safe, and probably right now in what's considered one of the more dangerous parts of Tokyo, but even by Western standards, this place feels pretty chill and safe to me, so I'm not really too concerned. Now we're getting to the main part of Kabukicho. Godzilla. I don't really approach Shinjuku from this street so often. Sleepy lion here. It's pretty quiet. Yeah, not so many people out today. It was way more crowded in Shinokubo, which is kind of odd. I see. Thanks for the heads up about the Yakuza Izakaya, but I'm not planning to go there. At least not right now. Do you hear the Godzilla music? I should back off so you can see see it a bit better. $7.47, that's karaoke. Yeah. So what are your thoughts about, you say, thoughts on Tokyo having less foreigners? I think it's sad that there are less tourists here, but because it makes enormous harm to the economy. But on a personal level, I do enjoy the fact that the streets are not as crowded as they used to be. But that has nothing to do with the nationality of those people on the streets. It's more like the amount of people in general. Usually the number of people in central Tokyo is just too damn high. I don't really like crowded streets in general. So yeah, I quite enjoy the fact that everything is a little bit slower and more relaxed right now. That's certainly a good thing. Japanese border still completely closed to non-citizens? No, it's not entirely closed to non-citizens. It's open to people with valid reasons to come here, like work or study. They can come here now, but for tourists it's not open. And I don't know when. I think it will take a long time, but it depends. If there's a possibility, if Japan thinks that there's a tiny possibility that they can arrange the Olympics, then they might open up this spring to kind of show that it's doable. But I don't know, considering what's happening everywhere right now with cases increasing and new types of coronavirus that's more infectious and whatnot, I remain very skeptical. So I just missed the traffic lights. Okay, thanks Fuji. Thanks for popping in. Okay, one last view of Kabukicho. Ending the walk at the station. I'm not sure. We've been going for an hour and 10 minutes. Probably another 20 minutes or so. So maybe should we head over to the? But no. Let's keep on walking this way.
新宿区は客引き勧誘行為は禁止です。客引きについていき、不要なトラブルに遭わないように注意してくださいが問われています。こちらは新宿警察署および新宿駅前商店街。こちらは新宿警察署です。こちらは新宿警察署です。
Oh, you were here 10 months ago. Just as the pandemic started, eh? It's pretty lively, yeah, but still, compared to a normal weekend in Shinjuku, it's pretty quiet. If you're wondering why the image is shaking so much, it's because I'm trying to put my glove on, but it's been kind of messed up, so it's not really working. Here you have a bit of Christmas decorations, some very humble ones. I think we will see more colorful and vivid ones soon. Oh, getting crowded here. Very crowded. Very crowded. This side of Shinjuku turned out to be pretty crowded. Bye, Irvan. Thanks for stopping by, and thanks again for the super chats that you're always giving me. Really appreciate it. we're getting close. So yeah, Shinjuku station over there. So we did it. We walked from Ikebukuro to Shinjuku in 1 hour and 16 minutes. Not bad. It was a good walk. Let's see if we can wrap things up with a beer and a nice view of some colorful lights at Shinjuku station. Trying to think. There's a convenience store somewhere around here. I have a hunch that there's one somewhere in here. Greenpeace Pachinko, yeah, that's a funny name. Am I wrong? Isn't there supposed to be a convenience store somewhere around here? Can't this YouTube streamer get himself a beer this time? Keep struggling to get my drinks lately. I really feel I need one now. That's a pat on my own back for accomplishing this long walk. Maybe not. Yeah, I thought there was like a Lawson around here. Oh, found it. Not Lawson, Family Mart. Let's beer, folks. Let's beer. Found it. Oh, nice. They even have a bit of nicer ones. I think I'll have this Karuizawa ale. If I remember correctly, it's a pretty good one. And finally, beer getto. You drink in the streets. Yes, we can drink anywhere in Japan. Or not anywhere, but basically on the streets is perfectly fine. I used to come to this place for Dance Dance Revolution every now and then before. Not so often in the last couple of years, but so now all that remains is to find a good place to drink that beer. I think we are. Oh. Let's find a place to freeze and drink. Yeah, but like I said, I'm not that cold. I probably will be once I sit down for more than 5 minutes, but I'll make that sacrifice for you. John Doe, what's your opinion about him? I think he makes really ambitious videos. I'm really impressed by especially his old, or like his you know, well produced stuff that he makes, those mini documentaries and stuff. That's very, very ambitious, and I'm really admiring his work. So I think he's doing a great job putting, you know, making informative videos for people who are curious about Japan. I love you more than John. We're not competing. We're doing very different kind of videos. You don't have to choose. But thank you. Okay, a little bit of Christmas decorations here. And sorry, the chat is pretty active today, and I'm trying to stay focused on my surroundings, so I'm probably missing a lot of messages. I'm sorry about that, but I hope you understand. Looks like we have something colorful and sparkling over here. There's a bus terminal in Shinjuku. Yeah, there's many things in Shinjuku. Even the cute little Suika penguin has gotten a bit of a Christmas mood. Ah, the good old classic drinking spot, yeah. It's a pretty good one. Remember that day when I was having a sitting down here and there was this dramatic thunderstorm going on far in the distance? It was pretty cool. Okay, is that all? That's a bit underwhelming. I was actually expecting more. But looks like that's it. Shinjuku Station. Okay, friends, let's beer. Kanpai! Let's beer. I'll take a sit here. And as usual, I forgot my mini tripod, so that means I have to use both my hands. One for the beer and one for the gimbal. And we're not getting any focus. Oh well. Finally! It's been a while since my last beer o'clock. Good. Because this is, after all, this is a beer that carefully... Let's see, can we get the focus? Can we have focus? We can't. Yes, a beer that carefully captures the gifts of nature from Karuizawa's what? Refreshing water and crisp highland air. Ne, kirei desu ne. I like Shinjuku. It's very very nice, especially at night. Last drink I saw you drink was the one cup sake on the mountain. Yeah, that's probably the last one, yeah. Alright, they still haven't fixed their sign. It's still a bit broken, that's true. Takashimaya, Times Square. I wonder if they ever plan to fix that. I'm drinking pretty fast today. Almost done. And perfect, it's 1.5 hours. So, good 90-minute stream today. From afternoon to evening. We watched the city light up together. Hope you enjoyed it as much as I did. It was a good walk. It was a good 15,000 steps. And hope to walk with you all again soon. Okay folks, I think I will wrap it up here. Again, thanks a lot for watching. I have to put my beer down so I can wave to you. Okay, thanks for joining me today, and see you all again soon. Bye bye. Heido. Mata ne. Merry Christmas to those of you who I won't see until after Christmas again.